What's going on, guys? Welcome to Mando Mondays. This is episode 6, I believe. Yes, episode 6. We just had episode 5 of The Mandalorian. We have some crazy stuff that we have to talk about tonight. Also, a huge shout out to everybody. Thank you for getting us over the hump. We have officially hit 750 subscribers. So thank you, guys. Huge shout out to all of our supporters and our fans. You guys are the best. I think we already have a few people in the chat tonight. What's going on, everybody? We got Anthony Just Blaze. What's up, man? Brett, Jedi John, Funko Man, Gem Pops, Teresa. What's going on? So, special treat for you guys tonight. We have not one, but 2 giveaways. We're going to be giving away the Mandalorian with Child on the jetpack. And we're also going to be giving out the Woman of the Hour. We're going to be giving away a Hot Topic exclusive action pose Ahsoka. So really pumped to get these 2 pops into some new collectors' hands. And of course, we'll be giving each pop away comes with a exclusive puck from us here at Slapshot Pops. So what's going on? I see a few more people in the chat here. We got Nick, Jason, Devin. Oh, what's up, Devin? I really appreciate that. Thank you. Diego, what's going on? Nick and Luke's Adventure Tour, what's up? Daryl Wilson's in the house, everybody. So we're really excited. We have a fantastic episode to break down. If you guys didn't see, I dropped a Ahsoka video earlier for you guys to try to give you guys a little motivation about her pops and why she's so important in the Star Wars universe. You could honestly do hours and hours and hours of content just based on her, but we're going to break down episode 5 for you guys and talk about why she's so important tonight. So I'm going to bring in tonight's special guests. We have Jason once again from Colorado Pops. Guys, go check out their channel if you have not already. And of course, we also have my man Dominic, aka Domtober, over on Instagram. And you guys should definitely go follow him. He just hit 2,000 followers. So here we go. We're going to bring in our main men. What's going on, guys?
Good evening.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. So we got a lot of people in the house tonight. What's up, Josh? What's going on? So we got to talk about this. Is I think without a doubt best episode so far.
Definitely, if
Best
not one of the best ones. And Dave Filoni did a fantastic job.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. And if you guys don't know, Ahsoka was created by Dave Filoni, who's one of the producers of The Mandalorian alongside Jon Favreau. We're gonna make sure we identify who is who and make sure that everyone knows the different actors, characters, and everything. So if we're going too fast and you have a question in the chat, let us know. We want to keep everybody up to date on what's going on. We move fast because we're diehard, hardcore Star Wars guys, but we want to make sure everyone is in the loop because it's only going to get crazier and crazier from here. So I'd say we just jump right into it. What do you guys think?
Let's go.
let's go.
So this was the first episode of this season that I actually stayed up till 3 a.m. waiting for the episode drop, and it did not disappoint. We had the lights off. We took a little mini power nap. I think, Dom, you did something similar. And
Yep.
it was freaking epic right from the get-go.
Oh yeah, right out of the gate, it started with her in the woods, and it set the tone for the whole episode. That's one of the first episodes that started off without Mando in the opening.
Right, and that was a very unique take, and you can almost sense how important she is right off the bat when she's that significant, where they don't have to introduce her interacting with Mando. She's so strong and powerful as a character within her own content that she can just jump on the screen. You know?
And listen, I don't think Mando had to be in the episode for people to love this episode.
No, he actually didn't. He
He was
didn't.
a side character, just pushing over there.
Nah, but it was like a straight out horror movie. The beginning, that she was mowing down those soldiers like left and right
Yeah.
in an empty, in a branch woods. There was no branches, no nothing, just the stems.
Yeah,
And just a lot of dust and mist and ash. And
but
she was
she
mowing them
disappeared
down.
every time she took one out. Her blades would fire up. She'd take one out. Blades are tracked, and she's gone. You couldn't see her in the mist. It was awesome.
It kind of felt like
Amazing.
a video game level, you know.
Stealth mode, yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
It was-
But we got to see right off the bat her signature white lightsabers, which I thought was really cool. Haven't really seen that in a while. And for those of you guys who don't know, she wields 2 lightsabers, which I think is so freaking cool. And Rosario Dawson. I mean,
Oh, she's perfect.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Look, she was pinned to be Ahsoka Tano for a very long time. There's an artist, Boss Logic, that does a lot of artwork, and he had a picture of her, which he would look like as Ahsoka Tano for a long time, and it didn't disappoint because it was on par.
Oh yeah, it was right on there. Everything perfect. The detailing on her. If you looked at the costume, the lightsaber hilts, it was to a T. They were meticulous about having her look right.
Even her lips, like I was really trying to look at her face, and they put so much time and effort into her makeup and everything to make her look, like the cartoon character that we've only had. They just did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, it just, with her mannerisms, the way she talked and walked, and just the way she wielded the lightsabers.
Yep.
She was Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah, they had the fighting style down too. Like they did.
Fact.
Rosario and her stunt double did their homework when it came to her fighting style, which is a unique style with the double blades. And even in the beginning, and also like at the very end where she flips it around and uses it inverted, which is like that's her go-to.
That's her signature pose. I mean, we've seen no other Jedi really do that.
Briefly in the beginning and then again at the end, but yeah, just having that, and that's not an easy maneuver to do.
No, it's not. Listen, just wielding a lightsaber to begin with, in hand, just to try to do all the moves like a katana or like a sword, it's kind of hard to just go around. But imagine just having it like this, you're coming around like Conan the Barbarian used to have his sword. He used to do a lot of stuff like that. But,
well, you almost have to be conscious of your own body, because if you could do some damage to yourself.
Lose a limb.
Yeah.
Nah, but I was so amazed that just watching it, and I just couldn't believe that she was on, that it was her.
It's almost surreal watching that opening sequence. You're like, am I really watching this? Is this really happening?
It was one of the best lightsaber battles
too.
Because think about it. The sequel trilogy really didn't have lightsaber battles except when he fought the Praetorian Guards and all that stuff. But this was more intimate and more just like focused one-on-one. It was really good. I watched it 4 or 5 times already.
I think somebody earlier in the chat said they were like, "Oh, Dom must have watched it 40 or 50 times or something already." I think it was Keith said it. Yeah, Keith said Dom must have watched it 30 or 40 times by now.
Hey, listen, if I could, I would. I watched it a number of times, one after the other. I had my wife watch it, and she missed last week's episode. She's like, "I'm gonna get confused." I said, "No, you won't.
No,
just watch this. You can go back to the other one."
I read over the weekend the most searched term on YouTube and on Google was "Who is Ahsoka Tano?" That was the most searched phrase, whatever you want to call it. So people are wondering who she is, and that's why I'm really happy that we're here. We get to do this live stream. Like I said, I dropped a video earlier to try to get you guys warmed up, but now we're here with the real experts, and we can fully break down, why is she so important? Are we going to see her again? What did she do in this episode that was awesome? And go from there.
Her history, like when you did your video earlier, who was Ahsoka Tano, and you hit it on the nail, from when she was a fondling all the way to now to a woman. That all that history is right there, and it's amazing that she was the most hated character to the most loved character now.
Yeah,
and it goes to show you. See, Star Wars people are very fussy and they complain a lot, but then through time, they start to like things more after all the complaints and all the stuff that goes on.
Exactly. And now everybody wants the pops now.
Of course you want.
Yeah. I was surprised that the Clone Wars pop that we're giving away is actually already in the $40 range. I was pretty shocked by that, and I'm sure the Rebels ones are not going to be far behind as hitting triple digits and beyond. So it's going to get crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. I started hunting for those a couple months ago, and I slacked, and now I'm going to have to pay the price for it.
I'm very disappointed when it came to the line of the Rebels line, because they canceled a lot of pops that were going to come out, and they had Mandalorians with Sabine, they had Callus. They had all those characters ready to be made, but they got canceled because supposedly the series wasn't liked as much, which it's a lie. Many people loved the Rebels cartoon.
I think the only difference with that is it's probably not loved as much as Clone Wars. It's probably just it's overshadowed.
Look, even Clone Wars started slow. It
Yeah.
started slow. I didn't really like Clone Wars when I first watched it. I was like, after watching later on, just the tone of it, I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah, well, Clone Wars, I think it matured along as it went. So it matured with Ahsoka. So I mean, she starts off as a kid in the animated film, which was really not the greatest. I mean, we'll say that straight up.
Yeah.
As the series goes, it gets better and better and better. I think it really flipped the switch for me in like season 3. I think is where I was really like. That's when it really started getting like turning into canon and really felt like you started to learn the clones' names and everything, and you really started to invest in the series.
When they did the Boba Fett, his origin of Boba Fett, they had the whole storyline with the bounty hunter and stuff like that. In a way, it kind of, I thought it took away from Boba Fett because it's mysterious, but then I have to understand that there's a growth with everything. And I like it. I'm glad they did it. I'm glad that people were aboard. They understood the whole story and how things just progressed along the way, where everything is now. And you know what's funny? People became Star Wars fans with the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And they went back and watched all the other stuff.
And I'm sure people are watching it right now for the first time as we speak.
Oh, yeah. The Clone Wars series, actually, it made the prequel trilogy more interesting, I think. It added more backstory to stuff you didn't see. Right. Versus that gap between 2 and 3. So it upped that. And I think that's what Mando and the other series that Disney's planning on is going to do to the sequel trilogy. Yeah. It's going to plant all these little seeds along the way, and then when you rewatch 7, 8, and 9, you're going to go, "Oh my God, that's connected, that's connected, that's connected."
Look, they're not getting rid of those the sequel trilogy. It's not going anywhere.
No. Well, I know it's not. They're improving it, I think, slowly just to make up some of the holes.
Build around it. So by the time it reaches that point,
yeah,
people were like, you know what? It wasn't that bad. They brought it to a point where, look, a lot of stuff is going to happen between now and then. 25 years between now and The Force Awakens. So there's a lot of story.
There's a lot of material that can go on now.
Yeah. And I think one of the biggest key points that a lot of people either they don't know because they haven't seen, Rebels or the Clone Wars is that Anakin Skywalker himself trained Ahsoka. And unfortunately, yesterday we lost a legend with David Prowse, and maybe he rests in peace. And for you guys who don't know, he was the original person to wear the Darth Vader costume in the OG trilogy. So it's really unfortunate that we lost him, and we're going to remember his name, of course, tonight. But Ahsoka is connected right there to some of the biggest, baddest characters.
Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, her history alone, who she's interacted with. I mean, trained by Anakin. She worked under Kenobi for a while. She knows Yoda. Yeah. She's fought Vader.
Yeah.
She fought
Vader. She fought Grievous. She fought Maul.
Yeah.
She fought Ventress. She's bad. She's listen. Who survived most of the time? What Jedi survived fighting one of them? She fought them all.
Yeah, and survived 66.
Even Qui-Gon Jinn, he fell to Maul. He had Obi-Wan's help, kind of, but I mean, he still fell to Maul.
And she gave Maul a run for his money too. So she's a bad. Listen, I would love to see her go against Rey. Get Rey out of there.
Oh, she destroyed Rey.
Oh, Rey would stand no chance. That was the one thing I was thinking about putting in my video today, but I just left it alone because I'm not trying to rip on anybody, but I'm definitely not a Rey fan.
Look, I don't have anything against Rey. I think she was a good character. Just the way they made her, like she was more powerful than Vader, more powerful than any Jedi. Luke. No.
But getting back to the episode, so she's Ahsoka's running around in the woods. She's doing her thing, and she comes up to the gates, and we get to see some new faces that we haven't seen yet.
Yep, the leader of the magistrate, Morgan Ellsworth, and I forgot the Michael Baine's character.
He didn't have a name. I don't think he was just called a bounty hunter, right, or something like that.
I didn't even realize that was him until
I didn't know it was him either. He got old.
In that moment where they had that very Tombstone moment between him and Mando at the end. I was just expecting to tell me he was his Huckleberry.
I
But
forget his name.
but it was I didn't realize it until he said something, and all of a sudden it clicked in my brain that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was still really good in it as that mercenary that he had.
Yeah, I think he was just called a mercenary. I don't think he
Yeah.
had an official name.
Well, the name that he had, if you translate it, it means wolves. So wolf.
Oh.
So that means Dave Filoni loves his wolves. You know.
Yeah. Back to Trapper Wolf.
Trapper Wolf.
Trapper Wolf. And so I guess Ahsoka told Morgan that I'm going to come back if you don't give me the answers I need. I'll be
Right,
back
she gave her 24 hours basically.
24 hours.
I'm coming back. Nice little threat there.
Yeah,
and
but you know what's funny? They call her Jedi. Ahsoka's not a Jedi, but
yeah. But they don't know that though. I mean, you're at a time where you see anybody with a lightsaber, and you're going to assume that's a Jedi because nobody carries that weapon.
There's just so few of them left too.
Yeah.
You know.
But
so Daryl asked, "How old is Ahsoka?" So right now in the show, she's anywhere in her 40s, early 50s, somewhere around there.
Yeah, like her early 40s to late 40s.
Or late 40s. Okay.
She was a child.
Yeah, late 40s. Okay.
In the Clone Wars. So you got to think about it. Din Djarin was a young kid in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So he's like in his 30s and 40s right now too. So Ahsoka maybe a little bit older than him.
Mm-hmm.
It is a little bit older because she was basically maybe the same age, if you think about it.
They could be the same age, but just the way she presented herself, and she name dropped quite a few people, which we'll get to in a little while. But I think
it also depends on the age rate of her species too. I think
true, very true.
She might age a little bit slower than you look at Grogu, and he's 50 something. So you look at her, she could be 50, but for sure she ages slowly. So she's physically she might only be in the 30 range.
That's true. But I found out one thing too. Mandalorians actually age. They have a 20-year more lifespan than another person. Mandalorians.
Oh, okay.
That would explain the Bo-Katan thing too then.
Yeah, so that's why Bo-Katan. But Din Djarin's not a Mandalorian. He wasn't born on Mandalore. He was born. So at the age thing, you go crazy because Darth Maul was 50 years old in Solo.
Well, yeah. Like I said, it depends on the planet you're on and your species. And look at if you look at technically how much Tatooine aged Obi-Wan when he was on that planet. The weather was harsh. It aged him. I mean, if you're going to go off that, that's why Boba Fett looks as old as he does.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going off that. So I think it depends on what planet you're on, what your species is, and what environment you're growing up in too. So I think that determines age is irrelevant, I think, in Star Wars.
You should have, because people always try to put the age limit. Like, as long as it's in continuity the way things are and things add up to a certain point, then it's okay. The age thing, you get by with the age thing.
Yeah.
Down the road,
Yeah. Close enough.
Yeah.
Go close enough. And one of the things we can tell, at least with Ahsoka, is something they tweaked a little bit. We were talking about this, guys, before the show, is Ahsoka's head tails are pretty much how you can tell her age. However, they did reduce them a little bit for the show just because of stunts and making sure that Rosario Dawson and her stunt double could perform all the, intense action, the Star Wars lightsaber battles, all the stuff that we want to see. So that's why they're a little bit shorter. So once again, throwing off her age a little bit to the viewer. But like you said, Dom, it's,
That was a practical effect that they had to make, and I was perfectly okay with it.
Yeah, it's not a.
You watch Revenge of the Sith when you see Shakti and how long her tails are, but she couldn't move.
Yeah,
she was limited movement and stuff in the scenes when you watch her, and so I think that's a creative call, and I'm perfectly okay with it. I think that was the right call.
That didn't bother me at all. Not at all.
Yeah. I honestly didn't notice. I was just too like, wow, crazy.
All right,
but
so she gave him 24 hours.
Yep.
And she left.
Yeah. And then Mando shows up in the morning.
Yeah, Mando shows up.
Rather conveniently.
Yeah. Great timing.
But, for the sake of the show and the episode lengths and everything, stuff seems to happen a little bit more quicker, than probably would. But we see him land, and it's nice to see the ship still intact for once. I feel like at the start of every episode, we've seen the ship just in disarray or, barely holding together. But he's good now,
Yep. Reeve held up his end of the bargain and patched it up.
Yeah.
I
Unfortunately,
want those mechanics. You get those mechanics in real life, man. They can fix anything.
oh my God.
Anything quick.
Yeah. But unfortunately, we know he does have the tracking beacon on his ship. So that's going to come into our predictions for this Friday's episode. Nobody was following him in this episode, though. He had some time. He had a few steps ahead of whoever is chasing him.
Definitely. Hopefully, that's why next week's episode, I think is going to be another episode where it's not a filler, but a journey. Something else. He comes across something.
It's a short one too. The runtime only got released. It's only barely 30 minutes.
Yeah, so it might be like
it's like the shortest episode of the series.
Yeah. So it just might be an episode where he meets an alien race and he goes there and he learns something. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's he lands on a planet where it's just like one of those episodes where the creatures like all friendly and they got to get rid of something, like the Sanctuary episode.
Yeah,
or like a very short, like enclosed mission. Like, hey, we have to go here, do this, kill that thing. Okay, great, next planet.
Got to refuel or something.
Yeah. But anyway, so she walks away, and Mando arrives. He's got the child in tow, of course, and he's on a mission to find Ahsoka. He finally made it to the planet, and he's ready to find Ahsoka, which is pretty obvious. She's the only one running around with a lightsaber. So
he comes up to the gates. He gets to the gates of the fortress of whatever the town,
whatever it was called. Yeah.
And they ask him, "You a hunter?" He goes, "Yes." "You with the Gill?" Last time I checked.
Yeah.
But and they let him in. And he was trying to talk to the people in there, and they kept running away from him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw the one guy. He closed the door. He kind of hid in his house and everything, and definitely shying away from the stranger on the street there.
Definitely. And then, of course, the soldiers came and told him the magistrate wants to speak to him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he met up with Morgan Elsbeth.
Yeah. This episode was very Kurosawa to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like the tone that's set was very
samurai
and Western. Yeah,
it was combined,
and which is what the whole thing Lucas based everything off of. I mean, Filoni's a true student of Lucas's vision.
Yeah,
and you could definitely see it in this episode. Just like the when even like the atmosphere of the planet, you noticed how Mando's armor was not shiny at all. It was very dulled and subdued. It wasn't shiny. It looked gritty. It gave him that old Western look to it. And the magistrates, when he goes through the gate into her area with just that long path and the ponds on the side, that's very Japanese and, in visuals. And it was just, and the way Ahsoka walked into that scene in the beginning too was very.
Just the music. You heard her music in the background, which was really, I love that. How he put the music.
Yeah,
and he does that with every character.
The composer for this series has done an outstanding job. I mean, I give him a ton of credit.
But I mean, that's a critical part of any big show, big series. It just because it can either in my opinion, it won't break the show or the movie, but it can amplify.
It
levels it up a notch, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. The music. Well, what's his name? The guy who did Creed. He's the one that he did the music for Creed. And that's why the first season had that like Rocky type of theme.
A vibe, yeah.
The vibe in it when they're playing the music, it had like a little beats of like it sounded like Rocky, but then it went into something else. Which was really cool.
And the magistrate, she happens to have something that seems like everybody in the universe right now is after, and it's a little bit of Beskar.
Pure.
Well, a little bit. I think
pure Beskar.
Pure. And she doesn't only just have a little bit; she's got a pretty formidable weapon at her disposal.
Yep, and she gave Mando a proposition. This could be yours if you killed the Jedi. And it was kind of funny how he got the words he wanted. He wanted the answers about the Jedi.
He got the information he wanted, just didn't present it.
He never agreed to it. He just said, "Where could I find the Jedi?" He never agreed to kill her.
Yeah,
so that was
very strategic on his part.
The one funny part when he left the magistrate and Michael Baine's character was there, saw the child in the sack and goes, "What's that?" He goes, "Keep it on for good luck. You're gonna need it."
Yeah.
That was awesome because I was wondering if like anybody was going to pick up on that or anything. And then as he was walking out, it's just those subtle little bits of humor, which are awesome.
And it just, you see the whole ambiance of the episodes, how each one, like, yes, he goes on missions. Like, it's like a video game. This mission, we got a mission for you. And he keeps going to different things and taking on different things to build up his repertoire of what he needs to do to get to certain points. Right. Every single mission is very important. And that's why when people complain about, oh, another mission, you got to do this, you got to do that. If you notice, everything he's done got him a step closer to what he needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything served a purpose. There hasn't been a single episode that's been...
And he's also, there's been a reason behind everything. And there's also been a new encounter every single episode. We haven't seen any really repeat characters, obviously, except for the child.
And Grief Gogger and Cara Dune.
Well, no, I just mean like in season 2, like we haven't seen anybody like in repetitive, in consecutive episodes for the most part. So.
Not yet, at least.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet. I'm sure we will.
I got a feeling the end of the second episode to the end, there's going to be a big revelation in that episode, and characters. I still think that the Bo-Katan is coming back. She's coming back.
Oh, she has to. Yeah.
We'll come back at the end of towards the end of the season to either help Mando or do so. Look, we all know it's not going to end pretty. We all know that Mando's going to lose. The child's going to be taken. And we're going to be going home waiting a year, cliffhanger, to find out what happened. So we just have to prepare for that and take it from there. But in the meantime,
I'm actually hoping that you're wrong on this one, but I know in my heart that you're probably right because you've called a few things, and you called, I mean, at least 2 or 3 things in this episode alone, which I was like, and the whole time I'm watching, I'm going, damn it, Dom, how did you predict this?
Look, you get some headway and things that you hear, and at the same time you put 2 and 2 together because it's leading towards certain things.
Yeah.
Look, this is the funniest thing that I've heard. Now, if this is true, I'm gonna lose it, and I think the whole Star Wars fandom's gonna lose it. Guess who Moff Gideon might be?
I'm not sure.
Remember, he said in an interview he's close to Vader. He's close to Vader, and he was saying Vader is like a relative or some stupid thing like that he was talking about.
Oh God! Don't say who I think you're gonna say.
Remember Phantom Menace?
Yeah.
Jester, the kid that was with the Anakin Skywalker.
No, really?
Somebody put out that they said that it could be a theory that it's Jester from Tatooine. That's why he knows Vader, and that's why he knows that he became bad. But
I'm not going to fight on that one.
No, never mind. I would lose it.
I think that's loose. I think that would be that's a loose.
That's a really stretch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to love the theories. You have to, because
people are going nuts with the theories right now. The theory game is insane. Look, and we love I love the theories. The theories.
The theories are great, but that would make Star Wars interesting.
Yeah.
The theories that they had for the sequel trilogy were so much better than the actual trilogy themselves.
Moff Gideon is working for Jar Jar Binks. I'm going to call it now. You heard it here first.
Who? What?
Moff Gideon is working for Jar Jar Binks.
He became a Sith.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Heard it here first.
Okay. I'm going to hold you on that one.
I'm not going to put any money on that one.
No, I got way better theories than that.
Misa needs some money. Misa has a lightsaber.
What's the average lifespan on a Gungan, though? I mean, could Jar Jar show up? I mean,
well,
probably. They last a while.
Yeah.
In canon, in the comic books, Jar Jar saved Rex. He grabbed the lightsaber and saved Rex, so he wielded a lightsaber.
That was like all by accident, 100%.
Yes,
it's always by accident.
Nothing was intentional by that. Rex was damn lucky to be alive.
Who knows? He became a street performer in the books. If you read,
look, we got pre-Vizsla in the chat right now. Look at that.
There we go.
That's awesome. Came to the right live stream.
Nice.
But so now Mando's on a mission. He's got his little good luck charm in his bag, and he's going to find the Jedi, or so-called Jedi, even though she's not a Jedi. But it happens to be the same person that he set out to look for when he first came to the planet, which was very, very coincidental. Happened to be in his favor.
Well,
and their interaction and the way they had their first interaction, I thought was fantastic.
Well, before they had the interaction, you knew that he was getting close to her.
Mm-hmm.
If you looked up at the tree, the Morai, the owl was there.
I saw it.
Yeah, was in the tree, and so you knew that she was close by.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's always with that owl.
Yeah. So as soon as she jumped down, and if you notice, he tied her up in the ropes. Just there was like similarities to Luke getting tied up with Boba Fett.
Yep.
And all those different things, and it didn't work out better for him either.
Oh, she just looked at him and smiled, and then did the whole flip. And she's like, "Really? You think this is going to work?" And totally turned the tables on him.
Mm-hmm.
So when she jumped down and she had the lightsabers, Bo-Katan's hit me. You're so
yeah. I like how he was able to get the pistol out, but he was like, no.
Well, if you saw, Ahsoka ignited her blades behind her back to cut the rope too, which I thought was a really great maneuver.
Yeah.
So he was like, whoa.
He's like, nah, I have no choice.
I don't want to fight you.
But then, of course, the child brought everybody's attention back. He was just sitting there looking like this, putting his head back and forth, like.
Yeah. I hope you're here to talk about him.
Yeah.
See, basically, he was.
That's creepy. Oh man,
that's a little.
I don't know if I can bring that home and still have a home.
my wife, because at the end he breathes, he goes, and it's like, I'm gonna come kill you because the way he's like speaking.
If Chucky was the child.
Pretty much.
That's creepy.
But so speaking of things that you predicted, so Dom, you predicted that we would find out the child's real name. And after a little interaction with Ahsoka, which we knew there had to be something, she had to read his mind or connect with him through the Force because we know he's Force sensitive. And you were absolutely correct. We find out his actual name, as well as some very important backstory as to where he came from. And I'm really hoping that at some point, maybe at the end of this season, next season, maybe we get a little flashbacks of him being in the temple, who took him from the temple. Maybe it's a character we've already interfaced with.
I want to know who got him out.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
There's only a few people that could possibly get him out. And most likely candidate, Jocasta Nu, who was the
that's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah. She was the librarian of the temple.
Yep.
With all the archives. She could have snuck them out because she went back in the comic book. She wound up getting killed by Vader and the Inquisitor because she went back. But she's definitely the one, or somebody else could have, but more likely her because she had more knowledge on who's who. And now it's kind of funny. Anakin missed him, so he was already in hiding someplace when he mowed down all the
children.
The children, and so somebody knew. And then the other mystery is who took him. He wound up with the syndicate, with the crime syndicate. When Mando first rescued it, took him. So there's a lot of story, which I hope they do it in books and comic books, and maybe even in the show itself. There's a lot of story, which it makes it fun. So you try to put the pieces all together.
Yeah,
and that's cool that they were able to insert him, at such a critical point in the Star Wars timeline, with Anakin turning to the dark side and everything. So that's why I'm saying I really hope we get some flashbacks.
Another thing too is they're saying, how come Ahsoka didn't know Yaddle? Yaddle was on the whole the Jedi
the council. She
was there.
Well, Yaddle was only in Phantom Menace. I think something happened to her between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and that way
her child.
Or and then Ahsoka was too young to even have known her because she was gone at that point. So I think something happened to her.
We got to find out more backstory because Yaddle's gonna be a big part of this whole thing too. Because That's why
you think he's Yaddle's offspring?
maybe, because look, you got to look at it this way. She disappeared off the council. She was hiding something.
Yeah.
And she actually was mentioned in the video game in the Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
So Yaddle's still in the time period. We don't know who the child's from. We don't know if it's Yoda's baby and Yaddle's baby. We don't know that, but we do know it's the species.
Mm-hmm.
And when Ahsoka said that, the only other one she knew was Yoda. So as of right now, it's still a mystery where he came from.
But I was thinking about that, and I mean, she was also very young, Ahsoka going back to where she was. So if she didn't know, if she didn't notice Yaddle, like, you can't fault her, because she was probably like 4 years old, 5 years old. I mean, extremely young at that point. Yeah. So she's not fully aware of all her surroundings. And if you go into the council or you see members of the council as a youngling, I mean, I feel like your mind's already blown. You're already all over the place. So,
well, look, it's a big thing now. Like I like how they're bringing back the council, that whole time period, which is very important, because a lot of things that happened in that time period, and now you add more lore into it, you make it even bigger. And the child,
Yo Yaddle.
Yo Yaddle.
Sounds like a bad Star Wars rapper.
So now, the one thing that kind of boggles me now is that the child, obviously, he has a name. Yoda was with a Y. Yaddle was a Y. They didn't go with a Y with the child. Kind of to change things up. There's a reason behind that. Names. A lot of the names mean something. So for them to put the name that they gave him is probably something we're going to find out later on.
And like I said, I really hope we do. We have to. I mean, as we go on, if we're really going to have 5 or 6, 7, seasons of this show, then they have to develop on, one of the main characters' backstories.
Well, maybe they'll make that the next episode. We don't know where Mando's going to delay him getting to
the temple. Yeah,
the temple. Maybe this episode is going to be all pure flashback on what happened to him. Which I would be totally down for watching that.
Because now he can communicate with the child because he knows his name.
Right.
And he's actually learning. Look, that's what I'm trying to say. There's a lot of things about Mando that's coming out that Mando probably didn't know. Like, you're communicating with a child. The episode before, he's trying to fix the wires. No, to put the blue wire with this and that. So there's a lot going on. And finding out the name, Grogu, that's a big step. Knowing that now, because you see how his ears lit up when Mando was calling him.
Oh yeah, he perked up every time.
He was like, "Oh, happy." So the connection is getting there.
He was like a little puppy,
Yeah.
So Mando wants Ahsoka Tano to train him. And she goes, "All right, we'll see you in the morning." And I thought that scene, the next scene in the morning when she was teaching him, that was pretty cool with the rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was really cool. And Mando was probably like just amazed, just standing there watching it.
Oh yeah, because he thinks it's pure like black magic. So he's just you know.
And then he wouldn't listen.
No, kept calling him the kid.
On the floor. But of course, he had such a big connection with the child, so he had the ball and the little knob from the ship.
Yeah,
and he did it. So. And then Ahsoka told him one thing: you have to train him because I've seen this before.
Yeah,
he has a lot of fear in him.
Yeah, been there before.
So she has full Jedi Knights. So she was talking about Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool that they didn't mention him by name, but you knew what she was talking about.
They didn't have to. They didn't have to.
No, yeah. And especially when she talks in that next morning, when they talk about attachment and emotion.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's attached to you, so he's like, well, that's good. She's like, no, I've seen it take down the best of the best.
Yeah.
That was a full-on homage to Anakin's fall.
And Ahsoka's scared too. There's a lot going on. Look, you know what's scary? The scary thing is that Ahsoka's seen her world crumble from when she left the Jedi Order. to coming back and finding Order 66 happened and all these crazy things happened. Remember that time period from the end of the Clone Wars to where she is now. There's definitely so much history right there that hiding,
talking 30 years.
To find the place to so she can meditate and she can try to because she was on the run for all this time.
Oh yeah.
You know, even though
we don't know right now if she's still on the run. Like, what is she doing now? We don't even know her main mission right now.
Well, her main mission now, like the whole
we
thing
know
now
who
is
she's
with
going
her.
for, so.
Well, we know who she's going for, but we don't know like what was she doing on this planet. Like, we just don't know the smaller to mid-range details.
And
I'm
thinking a comic book. I'm thinking next year, Marvel's going to make a comic book of Ahsoka after the Clone Wars in that time period, which I would love. So you get more of a story and knowing where she was at that point.
Right. Absolutely. And I was waiting for her. The one big thing she did not say in this episode, which I thought she was going to say, she didn't say her famous line, "I'm no Jedi," even though, Mando had referred to her as a Jedi and Mando had asked her to train, Grogu. That was the one thing I was like, are they going to do it? Is she going to say it?
There's a reason probably. She probably did more training. She probably wound up getting more training. Because like I said, after the Clone Wars, she matured more in the time to the time now. So she might have got some training. Maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi, maybe Anakin's Force Ghost, maybe somebody along the way.
Right.
She had to speak to Force Ghosts.
Oh, 100%.
Definitely. So maybe Anakin. Anakin's coming. So they're talking about Anakin showing up in the Obi-Wan series. Maybe she'll have a flashback and she'll talk about when she spoke to Anakin's Force.
I mean,
Ghost.
if they're going to bring back Natalie Portman, they have to bring back Hayden Christensen at least for a little bit. Absolutely.
But so the big thing was the training part that she said I can't train him because he's attached to.
He's too attached. Yeah.
I think she's afraid to train him.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. She's seen what happened to her. She has to have lost faith somewhere if her own master who trained her fell to the dark side. She probably knows she's just as susceptible to that herself. And then she knows if you're not trained right, she doesn't want to put that kid, if he's as powerful as she is, Yoda has the potential to be, or he's the potential to be as powerful as Yoda was. That's terrifying if he goes down the wrong path. Like, that's bad.
No, that is bad. Think about this. The armorer said that he can't train the Mandalorian ways. He'll kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I was saying there's a Force connection with Mando and the child. Mando is going to wind up becoming a Force sensitive. And that's how he's going to go with the child because that's the only way that him and the child are going to survive.
I think that would be something that could move the series long term. I think that would have to be the route that they go. Yeah. And it would be a very interesting route, especially when you're crossing a Mandalorian and the Force. And when you have all these other people in the mix who, we have the dark side, we have people that hate Mandalorians. I mean, it's just definitely, it brews more conflict and more interest in the series. So.
Look, how about this? So Mando, if the ending happens, he winds up loses his armor, everything. Remember I told you in the beginning that the armor doesn't make the man makes the armor?
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
He could be Mandalorian without the armor and become Force sensitive and lead Mandalore down the road.
Sure.
So that's
and
where it might end up.
And become potentially the second Mandalorian Jedi.
Yep. The reincarnated or the second, whatever. But it's going to happen. You're going to find out he's Force sensitive before this season's over.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be a lot. I mean, I think there's just so much in play here. We only have 3 episodes left. We don't even have. Well, we know this week's episode is going to be short. Like you just said, Jason, we only have 28, 29 minutes to work with.
Yeah, it's around about 30-minute runtime.
Yeah.
But
so
they can show something in it that's very important.
No, they definitely could.
The story.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a wasted 30 minutes. No. It's going to be something there'll be something in there down the line that'll be important later for sure. I mean, do we know who's directing this one? Because that could give us a key too.
No, because I know the
don't-
last one is I believe it's directed by Robert Rodriguez. The last one.
Oh,
So
Okay.
that's going to be a Western type of episode. That's why I'm thinking maybe Boba Fett comes back. Who knows?
Do we have another Jon Favreau written episode, you think, in the next two? No?
Jon Favreau, this is the first one. He did the long episode. Then Dave Filoni did the one. I'm trying to think who. Oh, man. Robert Rodriguez is the last one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just can't remember who the next two. I know Deborah Chow didn't do another episode. I don't think she did an episode this season. Deborah
Thanks
Chow.
for stopping by, Evelyn. That's awesome.
didn't they tap her for the Obi-Wan series? So she's overworking.
Yeah, she's over for the Obi-Wan series.
She's working on pre-production for that.
I'm not sure if she did an episode this season.
Mm.
Oh, like a one and done episode. I got to go back to that.
Yeah.
Because that could, I mean, you can, judging by who you know is directing what episodes too, you can kind of get a flair for what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least the characters that
Yeah.
are going to be in it, you know.
Look, we know that Carl Weathers did his episode. We knew that was going to be his episode. Dave Filoni, his baby,
Mhm.
Ahsoka Tano.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think who directed this episode coming up.
It's all right. It's all right.
We'll find out.
We'll figure it out.
Taika didn't come back this season to do one, did he?
No.
No.
He's got a lot going on.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean, between Thor and Guardians of the Galaxy, he's got a lot going on.
yeah, and he's got one. He's got a Star Wars one in the pipe too.
yeah.
Apparently,
He wrote the script already. He got the first draft written ready. So
That man doesn't sleep.
that's why he's so good at his job, whatever he does. He's a great actor and a great director.
Yeah.
So,
But moving forward, so we find out that Ahsoka is not going to train Grogu, and then, of course, Din Djarin reveals a little while later that he was sent to kill her.
and he didn't say yes or no.
Right.
Oh,
Which-
and she did a double take too when he said that too. She stopped in her tracks and was like, "Is this going to go down?"
Yeah.
And then Mando had to clarify that he didn't make any deals.
Right.
Because I'll help you do what you need to do, what you need, but
Mhm.
you have to do me a favor.
Right.
She didn't actually agree, but she said, she kind of like, all right.
Well, that line too, where it's like a Jedi and a Mandalorian, they'll never see it coming.
I like that.
And it was great. She walks up and throws his Beskar, his shoulder piece with his
Shoulder blade,
insignia,
yeah.
throws
It
it
makes me
down.
laugh. When he said that line, when he said that line, I have to laugh because Ahsoka, the Siege of Mandalore, she worked with the Mandalorians, so she's been with the Mandalorians for a long time.
Yeah.
What's going on, Debbie? What's up?
Throws down his armor and be like, "Your hunter failed."
Mm-hmm.
And
You know,
it just
and-
all went from there. And then you had the in-town fight and her running all over the place. And
Just tearing it up.
yeah,
So she came in, and the magistrate, Morgan Elsbeth, got herself ready for the
Now this
showdown.
was something. This fight scene between her and the magistrate. I was a little confused, but now, like, hearing some of your backstory and some of your knowledge that you're bringing to the table, it's clearing things up a little bit, because I thought Ahsoka should have wiped the floor with her. You know?
Yes. Remember, information. She needed info. That's what she wanted. The main thing, the info.
yeah, she wasn't there to kill her, but
No, it wasn't. I know she wasn't going to kill her, but I just thought she was going to, pin her up against the.
yeah. Well, I knew there was something up with her from the beginning. Like, you knew there was something that they weren't giving us the full image of her, so you didn't think that fight would go down very quickly.
Right.
And then when she said, "I need your master," I mean, she said master specifically too. So I'm just thinking she was trained by somebody.
Oh, she had to have been. Why
Yeah,
else
well,
would you
look,
say master?
Her being a night sister, she was afraid of the Empire because the
Mhm.
Empire killed her clan.
Right.
So she could have used her magic, her Dathomir magic, but doing that kind of open you up, saying, "Oh my God, now I'm exposed."
Mhm.
So she kind of had to hold back a little bit. That's my theory. At the same time, Ahsoka wanted info, and I don't think Ahsoka killed her. Ahsoka probably said,
No.
"Listen, give me the info. I won't kill you, but
Right.
you have to leave."
Mhm.
Yeah, she kicked her off the planet and took off,
So
or she's still holding her.
maybe either holding her or maybe she left now. Because look, you gotta look at it this way. Thrawn is not here. Thrawn is in the outer reaches of space, the outer rim, the unknown regions, him and Ezra.
Yeah.
So but I think Thrawn is communicating because he knows the unknown regions.
Yeah, he's from there.
Exactly. So basically, he's probably through Morgan, telling her, listen, this is the plans. And he just can't get back because he's trying to build the army.
Right.
His army out there. But then that leaves the question, where is Ezra? Is Ezra working with Thrawn? Or he went his own way?
Or does Thrawn have Ezra captured, and that's why Ahsoka's looking for the information to get him back?
Exactly. And that could be another too. And that's why another reason too, like I said, like I told you before, that the epilogue in Rebels takes place after Ahsoka meeting up the Mandalorian. So it fits in that time where she goes and finds Sabine because she found out the answer she needed. And they're going to head. And that's the series. The next series is going to be.
Yeah. So Nick says he knows that the magistrate was trained by Thawne. And asking, what other importance does she have? I mean, I guess the biggest thing is, are we going to see her again? I don't think we're going to see her again in this season, if I had to guess. But I have a feeling she's going to be returning.
Look, if she's a Night Sister, which it was like maybe 90% confirmed that she's a Night Sister with the markings and her wardrobe and all that stuff like that, she might come back because, remember, there's another Night Sister in the Fallen Order game. So the Night Sisters might be trying to, and then she's going to have to be good. Like, she's going to have to go in hiding because if Thrawn found out that she gave the information where he is, because now the fight's coming to him.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Knowing Thrawn, though, he knows that information is going to be given up at some point anyway. Thrawn's always a step ahead of everybody.
Look, and you want to hear something crazy? So Thrawn lost to Ezra Bridger on purpose because he found out that the Emperor was going to kill him and kill his people after they took over, after Order 66, all that stuff, like they did with Mandalore. They went to Mandalore. The Chiz Synthesis was next. So he found out that. So that's why he lost. Go into hiding to try to build up a plan.
Right.
So obviously now that Vader and the Emperor are not in the picture at the moment. Well, the Emperor's not in the picture in the moment, but
the Empire's fallen, so now he's going to make a move. He's making a power play on the.
Thrawn was never bad. Thrawn was just looking for someone to help his people. He's more about his people before anything else.
Oh yeah.
And the Empire was the best option for him because the armies the Empire had. That's why he aligned himself with the Empire. Right. And like I said, he's not bad. He's only for his people. So if it benefits him and his people, he's for that. Like, he couldn't care less about.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what jersey he's wearing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's going to be very interesting. Maybe we'll see Thrawn at the end of the season. Maybe a glimpse.
I almost hope not, unless you see him in like a
I hope not either.
Transmission deal, but I want to save him.
Yeah, exactly. Save him. We've already gotten so many.
I think by the end of this season,
we've gotten so many big reveals. Save him for next season.
There's one more coming. There's one more. That's what I'm saying. The one more is Din Djarin is Force sensitive. That's the big reveal.
I mean, I'll have to watch and find out.
Yeah,
definitely. But at the end of the day, Ahsoka tells him, "I can't train you, but if you go to the planet Typhon, and there's an old Jedi rune temple. Put Grogu on the stone and let him find his path."
Now, well, before we get to that, I saw like there was so many memes this week, and it was just like Din Djarin with his head down, like I got to go to this planet. Like he always has to go to a different planet. There's always another piece. Like it's never just like, oh, you just have to go over that ridge and what you're looking for.
I sent you something the other day. I sent you something when he was crying.
Yeah. There's been so many, or this weekend there was so many. It was like, I have to go to another thing. So,
but another thing about the planet, let me give you just a little bit of history on that planet. It was in Legends, Star Wars Legends. It's the birthplace of the Jedi, and that's where the Jedis were born. The Jedis became Jedis. It wasn't canon until a few comic books ago. Dr. Aphra brought it back into canon, issue 40. So it's very important now. That planet is a very important piece of Jedi lore between the dark side and the light. So I can't think of the two moons right now, but the two moons have that. So that's what I'm saying. The beacon, he could be opening the beacon for something bad too. We
Right.
don't know.
Yeah.
Especially since Ahsoka said she sensed something, dark in him. She was afraid and everything. So he could be sending out the signal to the wrong team.
Yep.
Look, if you notice now that we know that Jedi is a Force ghost, the Sith has something too. They can possess you with their ghost, like the Inquisitor. Like in Star Wars Issue 5, Luke went to a temple to get this yellow lightsaber, and the Inquisitor was being held because he died in Rebels. Vader is able to hold his spirit and have it work for his bidding. So the Sith can do something with the spirits of their own kind and hold them. Dark Force users. So that's what I'm trying to say. He could be opening the door to Pandora's box, and instead of being a Jedi,
I think bottom line is I think the temple. I don't think he's going to get to the temple until the final episode. I think that's going to be the final climax. That's where all of our characters are going to meet up. It's kind of going to be like, all right, we've had 5 episodes of new characters, new and old characters that they've reintroduced, and I think everyone is going to meet up. It's like Avengers style. They're all going to meet up at the last episode. And
he's still getting tracked too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, Moff Gideon's right on his tail. We have the Dark Troopers that are going to be coming in, hot after him.
The Dark Troopers, they definitely made a Beskar armor.
Yeah, they have to be 100%.
They made a Beskar armor, and he's not going to fight them alone. That's why Bo-Katan and everybody's going to show up. And he might even send one of the Mandalorians go get the Cobb Vanth, go get these guys, Cara Dune, go get them.
Yeah, go get all your allies.
Get all the allies and come. So that might come down to that. Who knows?
And it'll be interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, based on this episode, everything we know about her, are we going to see Ahsoka again in season 2?
No.
Yeah,
I think that was it. That was her big.
If we do, it's going to be the tail end of the last episode.
I don't think so. I think
she might show up at the very, very end, but she's not going to be. And then that's where the cliffhanger is going to hang.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to be. I think they'll mention her, and if a Jedi does come from the beacon, could probably mention that Ahsoka Tano was the one that sent me here. So you might get more of a name drop than actual Ahsoka, because she's on a mission now. She found out where Thrawn's going to be, and now she went to go get Sabine, because this, like I said, this takes place prior to that epilogue scene. So she's on her way now to finding Sabine, and they're going to go on their journey.
Well, yeah, I could see that, and with the name drop theory, I could also see, once Din Djarin meets back up with Bo-Katan, he could be like, I found her, and she's the one who sent me here, or, this is what we have to do, or she revealed, his name and everything I know about him now, so he could almost have like a new appreciation for Bo-Katan.
Well, maybe Bo-Katan could turn the tables on him too. Maybe she can.
That's one of your other theories. Give
the child to Moff Gideon to get the Darksaber and say, this is all I really wanted. This doesn't concern me. But I don't think it's going to happen. I think more likely that, because there was another theory too, when Carlos Esposito was talking in an interview, he was saying the child became very fond of the Darksaber. So the child might wield the Darksaber. I don't know.
Well, speaking of Carlos Esposito, remember you were saying a few episodes ago we were talking, and he made reference to several intense lightsaber battles. So, if Ahsoka does not make a reappearance in the rest of the season, who is he fighting?
Din Djarin. He's going to find a lightsaber in the temple, and he's going to fight the Moff Gideon.
Yeah,
and that's going to be the lightsaber battle they're talking about.
See that? Well, Bo-Katan's also trained too, because she's had the Darksaber, so it's not to say she won't have. She doesn't.
Well, no. I mean, my main point is the Darksaber has to be fighting somebody else. So no matter who's wielding the Darksaber, who is the Darksaber fighting against? You know,
it could be against Din Djarin and that Beskar pipe, that staff.
Yep.
That he got.
It could be that
Beskar can hold up against a lightsaber.
and
So
this
staff that he has now. You know, Ahsoka was insistent that he take it.
right.
You know, that it could come down to that. It could come down to Beskar versus Darksaber.
Yeah.
True.
Well, and the other thing too is it was also mentioned, Dom, you brought up this point, you know, in when they were filming the final, or we don't know the final, but whenever they were filming, they had to blindfold some of the actors when they were doing it. So could it be in the temple last episode when they were doing their filming and everything with the different people coming in and out, that is where they had to blindfold everybody so they couldn't see who else was there, and whatever final reveal, maybe, you know, whatever Jedi might show up, you know, or whoever's fighting, or give away your theory about Din Djarin being force sensitive, you know?
All right. I'm going to go on a crazy theory right here. So
Go for
in
it.
the original Thrawn trilogy, in Hell's the Empire, they made a clone of Obi-Wan Kenobi. He was a crazy clone. Ewan McGregor was on set of The Mandalorian.
I don't know.
You know, could be, you know, we have Ewan McGregor as a crazy Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's on with the temple. He's there because it's just that even though he's a clone, he's confused. It's just that the force is just bringing him. You know, look, we don't know the next 3 episodes.
Yeah.
Because we're going in blind.
Right.
But that theory came up to me because knowing about the story that there was a crazy Obi-Wan Kenobi clone.
I think the only reason I would dispute that theory is because they're making an Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and I think that would just confuse everybody. Because you got to remember, Disney also has to be taking into account there's a lot of new people coming into Star Wars through Mandalorian for the first time. I don't think they would do that. I think that's a little.
Look,
I like the different thinking, though. I appreciate that. I like that.
You know, I wish Disney would put in their on their site, the Disney Plus, the novels have like the audio novels on this. You can actually click on it and you can listen to the novels.
Yeah.
On the station itself. So if people want to read stuff, they can read it, like comic books too. Go through the comic books, and because the comics are a big part, the novels are a big part, and if people miss those parts, it's going to confuse them with just the series. That's why Ahsoka is such a big thing. People, like you said, people have no idea. Ahsoka, you never watched Clone Wars, you never watched Rebels, so you don't know who she is.
Yeah.
And the same thing when it went to Darth Maul. Not Darth Maul. We were talking about what were we talking about the last time about that people didn't watch the cartoons. So
Well, yeah,
they didn't know who Bo-Katan or the Night Owl.
Bo-Katan, there you go.
Yeah.
So Disney has to do something to bring those people in, have the novels and books on shows so people can listen to them.
I'm sure that must be talked about at least for after Mandalorian, you know, after the cliffhanger, whatever they give us, you know, leading us into season 3. Whatever they're going to do, they're going to have all these bloodthirsty Star Wars fans on their hands. They're going to have to keep us occupied for potentially another year. I mean, we'll have Bad Batch. We might be getting Boba Fett series, the mini series next year. So there's going to be all these people that are dying for content, dying for information. So that next year could be the perfect time to put that kind of stuff on Disney Plus, you know, and charge everyone.
Exactly. Listen, Disney Plus, you know, apparently they got some big things in the works that we might be finding out on December 10th.
December 10th.
Investor call.
Yeah, 10 days. 10 days. But let's take a brief pause. So let's do our first giveaway of tonight. And I want to shout her out by name, but I want to thank our very special supporter, friend of the channel, who donated this Mandalorian with Child Jetpack Pop. It's going to be our first giveaway for tonight. And what do you guys think? We'll do Jason, you want to pick somebody randomly in the chat who's been here most of the night?
Oh, put the pressure on me right away.
Yeah, I'm putting you on the spot.
I got to see who's in the chat right now. Is there a way I can look at the list of everybody? Because I don't see that.
I think so.
I can't see because right now I just see Professor Josh's bad jokes about Star Trek.
Yeah, we got to kick him out.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll just scroll. I'll just hit the scroll back and then see what I get.
There you go. We've had we got 25, 26 people in here, so I know a lot of people are waiting. Yep, woo, giveaway time. Yeah, we're all about the giveaways.
That's it.
Actually, you know what? Why don't we do this? Why don't we ask a question? We'll do a little trivia. We'll do a little trivia.
That'll work.
Okay.
So let me see. If you guys think of something good, let me give it a minute here. Oh, all right. How about we do this? I don't want to make it too challenging. Actually, I don't know. There's really easy, and then there's super hard.
Yeah.
What was the name of the character that Sasha Banks played?
Okay.
In, her name, her character name in that episode.
I don't even think I know that one.
Yeah, I don't think I can remember that. That was a super hard, man. Oh man. Let's see. You know what? We'll just do something easy. I think we mentioned it at the very beginning because I know we have some hardcore Star Wars fans and some people that are new to Star Wars. So let's just do something basic. What is the name of Din Djarin's spaceship? What is the name of the Mandalorian ship? I know, Dom. I know. You probably think it's way too easy. I know. So let's see who gets it first, and they'll grab this pop. So whoever puts in the chat first, what is the name of Din Djarin's, the Mandalorian's spaceship, the way he gets around, and you'll take home this Mandalorian with child jetpack pop.
You'll get somebody in the chat going, "Ooh, the Enterprise."
All right, looks like we got Diego Monroy. Congratulations, you got it.
Nick and Luke's adventure sneezed when he was typing his in.
There you go. So we got our winner, Diego Monroy. Reach out to me on Instagram, and we will get you your prize. So congratulations. So we'll make the next one a little bit harder because it's an Ahsoka pop, and that's what everybody's after these days. Yep. So it's a hot commodity. So LOL, Slave 1. Close.
Slave 2.
Slave 2, yeah, exactly. But all right, so I'm excited for Friday. It's going to be another big episode, a little bit shorter, but I'm okay with that because I think, and this is something we've talked about here, having a long episode followed by a shorter episode, it's just going to keep us wanting more and keep us in it. So
I'm going with what you guys said about the episode. Maybe it could be the backstory of
Grogu. Yeah,
that would be kind of cool. 30-minute episode just to have a little story, like where he up to the point when he was taken. You only see like a hooded figure. You don't see who it is,
right?
And just how, and then it gives that kind of thing. Like just make it that episode where, look, let's put it this way: they're gonna drag it. Moff Gideon's not showing up until the last episode.
No,
possibly.
We might keep getting tidbits of him, like seeing him build up, like 30 to 40-second clips of him, like his army amassing, or maybe we'll see like a formation shot of the Dark Troopers like getting ready to look like they're about to invade or something. You
think they'll also maybe it'll have him working with Grogu on his abilities, maybe because he's doing passing the stone back and forth.
I could see a little bit.
If he thinks maybe if he can help him push him along, it'll get him closer to the goal of him giving the child to who he's got to go to, which gets him off the hook.
Yeah.
Look, if Din Djarin becomes force sensitive, if he becomes force sensitive and he's going to train the child, Grogu's not going anywhere. He's going to train the child. That's if it aims towards that. It can go a whole different story, but I really think it's going to aim towards that because you don't build up a character and have the child. You're going to give the child away and get him out of there because he's force sensitive. And even going back when the armorer said that you can't train him in the Mandalorian ways, they'll kill him.
Right.
So that tells you there's a possibility.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, see, Ahsoka, when she was saying there's not many of us left, she could have mentioned Luke. Luke is the biggest one that's out there right now.
Yeah.
So I don't think Luke is coming. You know, it'd be really cool to see him.
I've seen some really good fan art with Sebastian
Stan
Stan in there as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he actually looks pretty cool.
If they put him in as like a hollow communique or something like that, or a force spirit or something, that would be really neat. But I don't think they're gonna bring Luke into this stuff.
No.
So this is an interesting question from Nick. Now the child has a name, do you think Funko is going to re-release all the pops with the new branding? I don't think they're going to re-release any of the pops. I think they're going to come out with another pop. They're just going to have his actual name on the box.
Yes.
And of course, everybody will want that one.
Of course.
So
Grogu. That sounds like a Dragon Ball Z character.
Yeah.
I thought that too.
Yeah.
Grogu eating frogs. You know?
There you go.
Absolutely.
It'll be good.
Interesting.
Actually, it'll be an opportunity for people that do the custom pops to make the custom boxes with the names on them.
Yeah.
If the collectors want to have it that way.
No, but they probably got something written. Look, I got a feeling going into next month, Funko's going to reveal a lot more Funko Pops that are going to come out in January, in February, March. Because think about it. Now that the episodes are over.
Well, the cat's out of the bag. You know?
Yeah, the cat's out of the bag. The reveals. There might be another reveal maybe in the next one of the episodes.
Yeah.
But Cobb Vanth, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, Ahsoka, you can rest assured they probably put those in.
Well, they've already got the Bo-Katan coming from the second wave of Clone Wars pops. I don't think they'll do that right off the bat.
They'll do an unmasked version.
Maybe.
Unmasked. And you're going to have, look, they just came out with Ahsoka Pop, a new one. But Ahsoka's hot now. They're going to milk it. They're going to milk it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I'm already broke from this last round, so.
Yeah, Dom was yelling at me to hurry up and collect all the Star Wars because they're going to keep coming.
No, because they're going to drop. I'm telling you, look, December's going to hit. Yeah. You're going to see the next wave of Mandalorian figures come out. There'll be like probably 8 of them. And it's going to have a lot of the characters now. Frog Lady, guarantee.
Yeah. Have a good night, Debbie. Thanks for stopping by. So I'm excited. Yes, hopefully we get a Mandalorian with Razor Crest ride. I would love to see that as a Emerald City Comic-Con exclusive. We're definitely gonna get somebody green for Emerald City. I'm thinking it's a chrome, a green chrome child, green chrome Grogu, with Grogu. Yeah,
green chrome Grogu. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, no, I'm not even gonna try. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. There's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. I'm going to applaud Disney for at least not letting Funko release images or any leaks of the pops of these characters that made appearances in the show, because that would have been disappointing. You know,
they're doing really well with it. I mean, the only one they really released early was that child with the egg canister, and no one had
nobody. Yeah, we didn't even know what it was for. So
yeah. So
don't forget about the Mando pop with the spear.
Yeah, there you go. There's another one. There's another one. Yep.
That'd be an easy one to do. You just replace his rifle with the spear and the one mold there.
Hot Toys will come out with 4 more versions.
Yep.
I think it's good and bad. I think it's I hope they don't oversaturate next year with wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 of Mandalorian pops. I think it'll be good, for new collectors, because then there's a lot of new stuff to collect. Mm-hmm. It'll make, of course, all the older pops go up in value. I just hope they don't do don't do too much and throw us a bone with a limited piece here or there. And God help us, can we have a Mandalorian Freddy?
I can see a TV moment, Ahsoka with the Rock with the child.
Yeah, probably.
Cobb Vanth is definitely one that I would want on the list.
Cobb Vanth would be awesome, yeah.
Look, definitely Ahsoka with the white lightsabers and with the hood, when she had the hood on.
Yeah, we need a hooded Ahsoka would be so
with the sword, yeah.
Star Wars sodas, yeah, Flipcake. Star Wars sodas are probably coming. But Star Wars sodas would be good because they'd be perfect for this. We'll crack them open. We'll do a little contest giveaways. Oh, yeah. So I'm already broke. I caught some sodas on GameStop's flash sale today, so that was cool.
I picked a bunch up from I think I Want This Stuff had them for $8 for
soda. Yeah, I got them same price. Yeah, I got them.
Stay away. I don't know how you guys do with the sodas, man. I can't. If Star Wars, maybe, but
I just give everything away. I just buy it for content, and then I just give it
Yeah.
away.
you know,
I'm giving this guy away pretty soon on my channel.
Yeah, there you go.
it's great to give away, but at the same time, it's like great for the pockets because you're buying the stuff. It's like,
Oh yeah, no, you're getting hit on both ends because I'm buying
Oh,
the
yeah.
stuff and then I'm paying to ship it to somebody else. So if you're a viewer or somebody who likes YouTube, you're in the right universe. So
A new Boba Fett pop Blue Spirit wants. I think that'd be cool.
yeah, oh yeah, we'll get a new Boba Fett for sure.
yes.
You get him in just the Tusken garb with the stuff on his back. I think that'd be a neat looking one.
That'd be cool.
And look, another thing too is I have a feeling that Boba's not showing up. Maybe, but I don't think so. I think now they go back, show his story, how he got to this point, and then move forward later on. I think
I think that's just the springboard for his series. I don't know if we might actually see him back or not. I think it's just to make him canon that he was still alive.
It would be cool to see him and Din Djarin butt heads in like season 4 or something, like hardcore, like them go all out after each other over something, you know.
Maybe season 3. Maybe. Season 3. Have this.
Well, I don't know if it would be season 3 because I don't know if they would have his series and then the Boba Fett miniseries, and then we turn around like a month, 2 months, 3 months later, and we're getting Mandalorian season 3, and then have him be a big character in that. I feel like that's a lot of Boba Fett content in one year.
Why does Fett necessarily have to be an antagonist to Din Djarin? Why can't they team up? They work together.
So they can. I'm just saying I think it would be really cool to see them. To see them butt heads and fight each other. I think it would be really unique to have a storyline where they butt heads, and at the end they team up and they fight a bigger bad. Something like that.
Look, if it's going the way people are saying it's going, like the Thrawn, the Herald to the Empire is going to happen. If they're going to do that storyline and mix it with these characters instead of Luke, Leia, and Han, that can happen, and then all these characters can come into the fold, and then the Vong later on.
Yeah.
Or maybe they make Thrawn work with the Vong, have the Vong come in, and Thrawn make him really the ultimate baddie. Have the Vong come in, and all. So it really. Now Ahsoka's not getting a miniseries; she's getting a full series.
Yeah, she's full out. They want to make money off her.
Yeah, and they will.
So the series she does get is going to be the point where she met Sabine, and that point she's going to go out and find Thrawn and Ezra.
Pre Vizsla wants a Pre Vizsla pop, and they might do it because they just released a Darth Revan, so I can't see why they wouldn't do it.
They'll go back. They'll go back and make a Pre Vizsla.
Oh, Pre Vizsla. Oh, definitely. Listen.
And he's 100%. He's 100% relevant, and he will be 1,000% relevant if what Dom's predicting comes true, and Din Djarin turns out to be Force sensitive and happens to then wield not the lightsaber but the dark saber. Forget about it.
Yeah,
forget about it.
Look, they got to have Din Djarin holding the dark saber. So do I.
For sure.
Oh, we'll get it. Yeah.
I think season 2. I just think this season would be a little quick. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't think it'll happen for this season. I just think we have 3 more episodes. I really appreciate how this season is not just about the child, or Grogu, excuse me. Like we're moving away and we're expanding into other characters. Season 1 was great. I love season 1. But I'm really happy that it's not just all focused on Grogu.
Look, the end of the season, like I keep saying, that eventually the child will be taken, and Din Djarin's going to be battered and bruised and left beaten. That's foreshadowed because every episode he's been winning every episode.
Yeah.
The ultimate defeat is coming his way.
Yeah.
And
he's going to get defeated, left for dead by Gideon, take the kid, and then because Bo-Katan is tracking Gideon, they're going to find him, take him in, patch him up, heal him up, get him a new set of armor if he needs it. And
they're gonna strip his armor
because at that point, then they Bo-Katan and her crew, and now Din Djarin have a common enemy. Like he's against Gideon, but not for the Darksaber reasons. He wants the kid. If Gideon's got the kid, he's going for Gideon. Yeah. Bo-Katan wants Gideon for the Darksaber. You've got all those guys compiling together, and they're going for him.
Absolutely.
And if Cara Dune finds out that Gideon's doing things too, she's already terrified of him as it is.
Yeah,
she'll jump in on that too.
Look, and that's why I think the ending, what's going to happen is that Moff Gideon's going to get the child. Din Djarin's going to be left for dead, one of the Dark Troopers is going to come just to try to finish off the job, and that's when he's going to use some kind of force power. And next season, when Bo-Katan breaks him and saves him, he's going to be confused on what had just happened. Because remember, when Finn took off the helmet, the Force Awakens was actually Finn feeling the Force. Yeah, and Rey, but I think more Finn.
No, it was more Finn. Finn had a more intriguing backstory with that.
Exactly. So
do you think so what if they do it that way, and then in season 3 he goes back and finds Ahsoka again and says, "Look, I can do these things too. You need to show me how to do this so I can get the kid back."
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Then there's an episode or two where she's training him a little bit, like not enough to make him a full threat to turn, but enough that he can control his abilities,
or just enough to see what is the max capacity of his abilities.
Potential,
yeah.
And that would get him trained in using the staff as a weapon to fight with versus actually having a lightsaber. If he's got a Beskar staff, we know that can go toe-to-toe with a lightsaber now.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be his weapon of choice until he can either get the Darksaber or maybe he keeps the staff.
Yeah.
But look, I think it's going to take something for his mind, because it's been clogged. So once he lets himself go and becomes one with the Force, he's going to find out his abilities, that he's powerful. Because think about it. Every Jedi becomes kind of powerful once they let themselves go. With the exception of Rey, no training.
Yeah, let's not go there. I'll just get upset.
He is going to figure out something. Very small steps. What's going to happen is that once he finds out, he's going to be confused, saying, "Wait a minute, I just did something that the child did earlier. That the powers he had, I did something," and that's when he's going to seek out next season when they try to go get the. I think next season he's going to meet up with somebody. Maybe Cal Kestis, or maybe you might have the appearance of Luke. This season, no.
Yeah.
You got to understand, if you put too much, the season's been fantastic. You can't end it on a note where Luke was there. That's going to overshadow everybody.
Well, that's why I'm just saying, I just think Luke's too big for this series in general. Yeah. I think maybe like at some point down the road, we could get a small glimpse of him, maybe definitely a name drop, But I just think for a full-on appearance of him, I don't know. I feel like that's a lot. So.
And like Geekstronomy said, big cliffhanger. Yes, it's going to be a big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
We're going to be wanting more.
So look at this. Pre-Vizsla says, does Dom have a channel? I want to see his collection. Pre-Vizsla, we are in the process of trying to get Dom's channel off the ground, but he does
every week, I think.
Yeah, every week. People ask me all the time, what's Dom's channel? I can't find it. I searched Domtober on YouTube. I couldn't find it. So he's on Instagram at Domtober. Go check him out. You can see all his amazing collectibles. He has a fantastic collection, but his collection is 10% of his knowledge, and that's why we're trying to get him to start a channel.
I'm going to definitely, going into the new year, I'm going to do it. But like I said, I want to do some like videos on Instagram first and work my way, like just some things, just get myself comfortable. I get comfortable really quick. So if I do a video in the beginning, it might be a little, but as the time goes on, like now, look at it now compared to the first time we were.
Exactly. Everybody starts somewhere. I mean, Jason, you remember your first video. My first video was "Let's not talk about it." I mean, everybody starts somewhere.
It wasn't even edited. I literally shot it on my iPad and hit broadcast. No flaring on it at all. It was just like,
I'm very honored.
Boom, there it goes. It's out there.
I'm very honored that people out there are looking for me to have a YouTube channel, and it's gonna come.
This is a comment of the night right here. Look at this. Hella chill. I like that. Hella chill. Well, speaking of hella chill, so Dom, thank you so much for donating the Ahsoka as tonight's giveaway. So I'll leave it up to you for what you want to do for how we're choosing a winner tonight for this pretty kick-ass Ahsoka pop.
Okay. What are the 2 name drops Ahsoka did in this episode?
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That should be, if you watched the episode.
If you watched it, 2 name drops.
And we spoke about both of them tonight. So 2 names, get yourself a $45 pop for free. That's pretty cool.
That's a hot pop too.
Yeah.
Yep, it
And
is.
it's only going to go through the roof. Through the roof.
That's the one I've got right now. I'm working on the other ones.
Listen, if you find those Ahsoka Pops, buy them up all because they're going to be worth something.
I've been buying them like crazy.
Yeah,
I need a Thrawn. I got to get a Thrawn.
Yeah, Thrawn's getting. I've looked at my car; they're all gone.
Yeah.
You know, all kidding aside, I actually looked on eBay. $400.
Already?
The celebration piece is going for.
Yeah, I saw that, but that's way out of whack, though. That guy's crazy.
All right, I think we have a winner.
Jeremy Knapp.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Jeremy Knapp.
He got it.
That's nice. Congratulations, Jeremy.
Evan was close. He had Grogu and Thrawn, but yeah.
Yeah. A couple people got it. But Jeremy Knapp, congratulations. You got it first, and you're taking home the Action Pose Hot Topic exclusive Clone Wars Ahsoka. Congratulations. So thank you guys, everybody who's in the chat, answering questions and everything. Tonight was awesome. We are going to do the 10-inch Chrome Mandalorian giveaway another night, so stay tuned for that because we're already doing 2 giveaways tonight. Don't want to give away everything in one night, so stay tuned for that. As always, guys, thank you for coming on. It was another fantastic episode. I just looked down for like the second time. I can't believe it's almost 90 minutes already. So
goes by quick.
It goes fast when you're having fun.
Exactly. But my man, Professor Josh, he's going live in 3 minutes. Well, I guess 2.5 minutes. So I don't want you guys to miss out on that. He does his mail call Monday, every Monday night at 9:30 Eastern. So we're the first show. You get your Star Wars fix, and then you go get your mail call, your Funko fix. Go check out what he's doing. He's another great guy in the community. If you guys are not subscribed to Colorado Pops, they just hit 200 subscribers. They're doing a giveaway for the Superman soda pretty soon.
Yep. I got to figure out the details on that. I might do check the Instagram page for info on that. When I do that, we actually pre-recorded this week's episode that we're dropping for last week because I didn't want it to mess with the holidays and stuff. So that one's already in the can, and then I got to figure something out. But track the Instagram page. We're gonna have also it's CO Pops and Stuff and stuff. I'll put it in the comment section over there so you guys can find it. But keep an eye on that for the next couple of days, and I'm gonna get details out on that.
Awesome. And of course, guys, we're working. Channel is coming 2021, so stay tuned for that. But for right now, you can go out over to Instagram and follow Domtober. He just hit 2,000 followers, another big milestone that we have to celebrate. So make sure you guys go over for that. I think he's going to be doing some kind of giveaway or some looking to do something.
I'm looking to do something. I'm definitely looking to do something very soon. So just keep checking.
Absolutely. So to our winners tonight, Jeremy, make sure you reach out to myself or Dom. We'll make sure that you get your pop in the next week or so. And congratulations to our first winner. Please reach out to me on Instagram at SlapshotPops, same name. And we'll be right back here 1 week from today, 8 p.m. Eastern, Monday night. Same time, same great people. And we'll be breaking down a little bit shorter episode, but it's going to be awesome. So, and we'll have more giveaways. So thank you guys for hanging out. And of course, Jason, Dom, thanks for coming on once again. And this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
All right, guys. Have a great night. We'll see everybody soon. And thank you for all the support. We hit 750. You guys are the best.
Congrats.